So long story short, I became impatient. Like, I prayed, I was too impatient to wait for the strength. So I broke my fast. Yeah, I broke my fast. Hey guys, I just came on here to tell y'all my testimony. Like a week ago, I prayed to God, asking Him to like reveal, because I wanted to do a fast, but I didn't know what kind of fast. To be honest, I was kind of avoiding the Esther Fast, but not really, because it was like the shortest fast, like the 3-day fast. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Long story short, God showed me that He wanted me to do the Esther Fast, but with I seen people on TikTok doing it. I seen people on TikTok doing it with water, and I'm like, Esther didn't have water, and God was calling me to do it completely dry, no water. So long story short, what's today? Today's Monday. Long story short, I started on Sunday. I fasted all day on Sunday. It was going good. Like, I was in my word. I listened to 28:19, The Secret of Prayer and Fasting. I got a lot of good knowledge from that. I was praying. I was just listening to like sermons, worshiping. I listened to this In Totality podcast with Megan Ashley and Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell. Got some good things out of that too. It was just Sunday was just so good. Like, it was so good. But then the first mistake I made, the first mistake I made was going into my fast and going with the flow. Not knowing I had to prepare myself. Like, yes, Sunday I cleaned the whole bathroom. Not knowing, girl, you about to be weak. You about to be like, you can't even drink nothing. You can't even eat nothing, girl. What are you doing cleaning the bathroom? Sit down. Mind you, I was still like praising as I was still have praise music as I was cleaning, so I don't like get weak or anything. It worked, but it caught up to me. Okay? So around like 3, I went to sleep. I hit 24 hours of fasting. I woke up around 3:27. I looked at the time. I woke up at 3:27. I know God woke me up to pray. But I woke up, the first thing that was on my mind was bananas and water. Because I had just brought bananas and I just brought a new gallon of water. And I know that was the enemy tempting me. So I prayed. I prayed for strength. I'm like, God, just please give me strength, because I'm about to give in, like for real. So long story short, I became impatient. Like, I prayed, I was too impatient to wait for the strength. So I broke my fast. Yeah, I broke my fast. But what I got, like, within that 24 hours of fasting, let me say, I broke my fast, but I felt horrible after breaking my fast. Like, I felt like, girl, you can't do nothing. Like, I felt so disappointed in myself. I felt like God was mad at me. I felt like just like, wow, I just disappointed God. Like, wow. I told God I was going to do this fast, and I gave in after 24 hours. Like, what? But what was I going to say? So yeah, I broke my fast, and then I broke my fast with water, and then I had some applesauce, and then I had some bananas. The worst mistake ever, because I felt even more sick. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, not knowing, in order for you to like, when you go to break your fast, slow down. Liquid only. Water only. Like, and then ease your way into some food and stuff. I was just doing the most because I felt so sick, like, and I felt so horrible for giving in. Like, I felt so disappointed in myself. Felt like I disappointed God. I just felt a whole bunch of like emotions. I'm like, girl, what was it worth it? Like, no. And you know, I could have just drank the water and went right back into my fast, but I felt like that was cheating. Me personally, I felt like that was cheating, because I've seen other people, like, they take a sip of water and, oh, I got strength again. But to be honest, you're cheating. Like, girl, just restart that fast, because I don't know, me personally, I just feel like drinking the water and going back into the fast would be cheating. we'll be cheating God, we'll be cheating in general. Like, Esther did not, it doesn't say in the Bible Esther took a sip of water and went back into the fast. That's not what it says. Esther did 3 whole days, no food, no water. So what do I look like taking a sip of water and going back in and be like, oh, God gave me the strength? No, girl, you took some water. That's what gave you the strength to keep going, you know? So it's like, no, I didn't want to cheat. So I broke my fast and completely ended my fast. But let me tell y'all, within the 24 hours, like, God has revealed a lot. Like, God has, like, I don't know, like, I keep saying it because God is so good. Like, he revealed a lot. Like, I now know the importance of praying. I now know, like, praying is a requirement. Praying, like, when you're children of God, like, when you're on your walk with God, God automatically assumes that you're praying. Praying should not be an option when you're, like, on your walk with God. Like, praying, if you don't pray, it's like basically telling God, like, I don't need you, like, I got this. When really you don't. Long story short, praying should not be an option when you're on your walk with Christ. It's actually sinful to be prayerless when you're on the walk with God. Let me go get my notes, because I got some notes. Yeah, y'all, I took some notes from, I watched, when I woke up this morning, I watched 28:19, Sunday morning. I watched 28:19, The Secret of Prayer and Fasting. The best sermon I could have watched to start off my Esther fast. But it's just like, girl, you came in this fast not knowing what to do. Honestly, I didn't. Like, I just came in the fast just going with the flow. Like, okay, I seen people who saying you gotta worship and you gotta praise and you gotta get into your word, but I didn't plan it out. Like, I didn't prepare myself at all. And I was doing a lot, like cleaning while you're fasting with no food, no water. Esther sat her booty down. She didn't do none of that. She sat her booty down and fasted and rest for 3 whole days. No food, no water. So that was my first mistake. Let me see. Yeah. So it is sinful to be prayerless. When we are prayerless, we subject ourselves to be distant from God. If you don't pray, you tell God you are self-reliant. Bingo, and then like my prayer life now, like, oh, I can't go today without praying. Like, granted, it's 24 hours, like I did 24 hours, but like today I woke up praying. Middle of the day, I had to pray. Like, before I go to bed, I'm gonna pray. Like, randomly, I'm praying because God, what? It is sinful to be prayerless, and you telling God that basically you're self-reliant. Like, nah. I took some more notes. Oh, and how like we can, 28:19 says all this. So go watch that sermon, The Secret of Prayer and Fasting. So good. But it says we can either pray voluntarily or circumstances will make us pray. For example, Job. He lost everything. He had everything, stopped praying. God let the devil come in and like take all his things, but God said, don't you lay a finger on Job. Don't you lay a finger on Job. The devil took everything, his kids, his house, his what he had like his animals. I'm not really sure because I just read about the like, it's not really stuck in my mind because I just read about it today. So like, the more I keep reading. Anyways, y'all, like I was saying, my phone lost storage, and I just brought storage like the other day. Anyways, like I was saying, the more I get into like reading about Job and stuff, the more I reread about Job, the more I'll know his specific animals and what he had. Anyways, like I was saying, and I basically learned about like how God wants us to pray alone. Like, do not pray to be heard or be seen or get some claps out of the prayer. Like, oh, she prayed, like, oh, she could pray, like, woo, woo, woo. No, cause that'll be your only reward. Like, claps. You're not being rewarded by God. You're being rewarded by the people. So yeah, that's kind of, even though I didn't do my 72 hours, I still was able to get a testimony out of that. Like, and I felt so disappointed. Like, I was begging God to forgive me. And I know, like, God is forgiving God, and he gives grace, and he's a loving God, but like, still, like, the fact that I ended at 24 hours, But that's why I'm also giving myself grace, because I have never committed 24 hours to just me and God, ever since being on this walk with God. Like, I have never been that serious. So I'm kind of like giving myself grace at the same time, because girl, 24 hours, like, wow, like, you did that. Like, I was really serious. Like, I didn't, like, nobody call me, I don't want to look at nobody, don't text me, no nothing. It's just me and God. And it definitely was me and God. Like, and I just love that. So I encourage everyone to fast and actually prepare yourself for fasting. Like, don't go in like me, because I'm gonna do it again, but don't go in not knowing, or don't go in just going with the flow. No girl, no boy. Prepare yourself. Actually pray before. Prepare yourself for the fast. Like, stay hydrated before going into the fast. Eat, don't stuff yourself, but I would say more so stay hydrated before going into the fast. And just like while you're in the fast, pray, stay in your word. I seen some girl on TikTok, and she said, like, she stayed in her word. That's what made her full, staying in her word. So yeah, like, just stay in your word, pray, and just remember, you got this. You got this. If Esther could do it, you could do it. And I seen someone else say, like, oh, they're little about their, like, weight and stuff. Like, they're little, they don't know if they can do it. Girl, you could do it. I'm 102. I don't even know if that's the accurate weight, but I'm in my 10 something, and I did it. Granted, I didn't go 72 hours, but I still did it. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. Esther did it, we can do it. Like, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, don't doubt yourself. Like, the fact that I went 24 hours is crazy. Like, I did that. I did that. And I'm going to do it 72 hours again this time. I'm going to do 72 hours this time. So, yeah, I just wanted to encourage someone to just don't be too hard on yourself if you do break your fast. I'm not saying to go ahead and break your fast, but, like, because, like, if it's not that bad, then, like, just stay in your word, pray, be patient, and know that God got you. Because He does. But yeah, I just wanted to share my testimony of my 24-hour fast. And I hope it encourages someone to just don't be too hard on yourself. God got you. God isn't calling you to do a fast if He knows you're not going to make it out alive. And if you're not, at least you're with God. Hey, you know? And fasting, it revealed a lot. Within that 24 hours, it revealed so much to me. Granted, it didn't reveal so much, but I got some good things out of fasting. So that's all. I just wanted to share my testimony. I hope everyone gets right with the Lord. Amen. Knows who He is. Fast. Pray, because praying is so important. Pray is basically you and God communicating. How else you gonna, like I was saying before the camera cut me off for the second time, how else are you gonna know what God is saying to you, or how else are you gonna talk to God if you don't pray? So make sure you pray every day. Pray every day. Every day. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in and listening to my little testimony. And I pray I can come back with another testimony on my 72 hours fast. So thank y'all for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.